Hello, everyone, and welcome to Go-to-Market AI, the future of your go-to-market tech stack. I'm your host, Sarah McConnell. These days, it seems like every company has AI, but on this show, we want to go a level deeper so you can see firsthand how businesses are actually applying AI to solve your business challenges. We're going deep into the use cases and showing you live demos of the latest and greatest in AI. Today, I'm so excited to have David Brutman, co-founder and chief product officer at Folloze, on the show. David, welcome.
Well, thank you for having me, Sarah. I'm really excited to show you the latest innovations of AI in Folloze.
Perfect. So before we get going in the demo, which I know everyone's excited to see, I would love to learn a little bit more about who is Folloze, what do you guys do, and who are you helping?
Sure. So Folloze is a no-code digital experience platform that powers personalized buyer journeys. We help B2B brands to generate and develop pipeline by engaging their buyers through the entire life cycle. So typical use cases would be ABX programs, field marketing campaigns, targeted demand gen, sales development and enablement, deal rooms, and more. Our customers are B2B brands from smaller companies to tens of Fortune 500 companies. And our users are typically coming from ABM teams, demand teams, field marketing teams, but also from sales teams and SDR teams.
Amazing. Okay, so with that being said, David, I would love to jump over in the demo. I really love the concept of Folloze. I know a lot of people, me being on the demand gen side, I've heard a lot about you guys for like ABM programs and ABX programs, but I haven't seen your guys' AI initiatives. So I'm excited to jump into the demo and see what you guys are doing.
Absolutely. So maybe just to contextualize a little bit our strategy around AI. AI has been here for years and even more accelerated since the introduction of OpenAI and ChatGPT. And I think now really what customers are looking for is business outcomes from AI. So we really injected AI into the different modules of our platform. And we think about the business value through three angles. One is, what are the marketers' outcomes? How do we help marketers be faster, increase the outcome and the quality of their work, and essentially be able to deliver the best experience to customers? Then the second one is, how do we make the actual engagement of buyers better by recommending better content, by making it more smooth and adjusted and contextualized experience for them? And then the third piece is understanding customers. Really, the ability to collect all the data and understand behavior, intent, the flow, and really based on that, take action. So these are kind of the three business values that we think through. And for each one of them, we actually have a product line that we've developed. So the first one is really around generator AI. So this is the ability to generate boards on the fly very quickly. You're going to see it today. It's very exciting. It helps marketers be agile, be quick, and really up levels the quality of the outcomes for all marketers. The second one is around content recommendation and tagging. That allows us to essentially present content that is recommended for the buyer, for the intent that they've shown, for the behavior that they've performed. And this is all based on smart tagging of content and behavior. And then the third piece is intent AI, which is in the works. And this is really understanding the first party or first level interaction intent of buyers and be able to drive their journey forward in the most effective way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm really excited to see this. Particularly, generator AI is intriguing because we always hear AI is going to make marketers' jobs easier and faster. And it's always hard to understand like how. And it's always great to see it come to life in the use cases. So I'm excited to see you build a board using generator AI because I can understand where that's going to help save me as a marketer a lot of time. So I'm excited to jump into it.
Let's do it. Okay, so for those of you who don't know what Folloze is, this is a Folloze board. It's a microsite. It's just an example where you can actually present messaging, content, experience, and really build journeys that are highly customized for the prospects. The beauty of a Folloze board that it's all included, so you can actually kind of consume content in line. Everything is measured, so we have reach analytics. It could be videos, it could be white papers, blogs that you can actually write in our platform, and so on and so forth. So this is kind of a typical board. This is an example of our own boards. Now, let's assume I'm a marketer and I want to build a new board. I'm going to actually choose from a set of templates that are predefined. Those templates allow the marketers to choose what is the goal of this board. Is it an ABM one-to-one? Is it a landing page? Is it a deal room? In this case, I'm going to select product and solution overview, and it just created the board. Now the board is in a template form at this point. So I'm going to go into the design mode, and you can see that it has a lot of placeholders for the different elements of the journey. But it was pre-designed to allow you to kind of consume a very effective journey. So to get to know our product, what is the description of that product? What is the value proposition? Maybe some offer or promotion. What are the features? Some business outcomes and resources. So this is all placeholders, nothing specific right now. This is all template mode. What I'm going to do is I'm going to essentially kick off the generator AI, and already pre-configured a few settings here just to make it faster for us. So the goal of the board is product or solution overview. You can choose, is it an ABM? Is it content nurturing? Is it a landing page? You're going to put the name of the product here, and this is our own product. So I'm using our own ABM solution as the example. And then I'm giving a little bit of detail of what this will be. This is all I do at this point. Now, I'm going to press on Generate Board and just let the machine work and generate the board in a few seconds, essentially. Boom. Okay, so let's see what happened. So I've got essentially Generator AI generate all the text elements in the board. So came up with this promotion or messaging saying power up your ABX strategy. Some description here, 2 call to actions. It also came up with explanation of what is the Folloze ABX solution. Then it came up with benefits. So what are the benefits of the solution? There's personalization, there is alignment, insight, scalability, and also some call to actions that can drive people forward. There's also some special offer. You want to try the ABX solution with no commitment. These are the key capabilities of the product, and so on and so forth. So you start to see that essentially we're able to generate all the text and messaging into this board very, very quickly. Now, how did it happen? Every section here, so has essentially setting, and those settings were predefined to say, well, this section is going to be about marketing message. I'd like to get the top level messaging for this section. And by the way, if I don't like this message, I can regenerate it and just, check a new one if I like it better. Unleash your account-based experience potential. If I don't like it, I can go back. And specifically, in this section, for example, we asked for the product description of the product we're promoting. So with a little bit of instruction, and this is not kind of AI deep dive, prompt engineering, all of that. This is kind of marketing language. Yeah. This is what you would expect marketers to be able to explain what they do. And the beauty is that it's all in the template, so you really can make small changes and get to a lot of outcome.
I think I was excited to see it. It lived up to what I was hoping for, especially because at the beginning you showed the template, and it's to look at a template with a lot of empty space as a marketer, especially if you're on, smaller teams, you're trying to work quickly. That's a lot of text to fill in. That's a lot of space to fill in. It's a lot of things that you have to go figure out. And as someone who's written landing pages before or worked on pages before, it's really time consuming to think about how everything flows together and to think of like all the headlines and the body copy and to make sure it's the right length and the right tone. So to see you do it in just a few clicks, it just really brings it to life for me how quickly and how much time that something like this could save me.
Right. And also, at least in our customer base, we have a lot of users that are not product marketers.
Yes.
They're not writing messaging each and every day. So this essentially gives them the tools to be best marketers. By the way, just key benefits, maybe we can come up with something a little bit more exciting here. So I'm going to regenerate it and see if we get a better kind of title here. And yeah, maximize engagement. Maybe it's a better one. So I'm not only excited about the productivity of doing things quicker, but also up-leveling the quality of the messaging that your company is producing.
Absolutely. It's better quality. And also, I kind of mentioned time saved from having to write all these things, but you kind of mentioned the time saved from having to work cross-functionally. If I'm a demand gen marketer that's building this, I don't have to go back and forth with my product marketer and explain to them what the page is for and wait for them to help me. Like, it's up-leveling myself in a skill that I don't normally do in my day-to-day. And that's also a huge time saving.
Correct. Absolutely. Absolutely. Fully agree. Now, I may want to go out of the template. So I may want to maybe add another section where I want people to find resources about the product. So let's add a section here. I've just added a section, and I'm going to essentially call it resources. And as part of that, I'm going to give quick instruction here. What am I looking for? And let's see what happens. Right, so you have some webinars, you can try it now, you've got some case studies, support center. So this is really exciting because it allows you not only to stay within the template, you can just add sections, move things around. It's a WYSIWYG designer, so it's very easy. You can edit things. Now, if you don't like what the generator AI has done, clearly you can go in and just make changes here. So this is clearly all kind of almost like a helper for the marketers, but you can override what they do with no effort at all. So this is kind of the generator. Now, I want to build another layer to it, if you don't mind, Sarah, which is recommended content. Okay, so in this case, I'd like to add content to it. I'd like to add some white papers, some videos to really deliver high-value content to my users. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually open my gallery here. This is, by the way, the Folloze gallery. It has a lot of content, different widgets and sections that you can choose from, featured content, banners, presenting your team, testimonials. It's very rich, but I'm going to choose from the content section first, content that I'd like to present here to my buyers. So this is a typical content section. I'm going to go and change just a few things here. Make it a layout of 5 elements. And this is something that I've predefined in the template. So this is content that have been chosen by the marketer. Now, I'm going to talk about person or human in the loop a lot when I talk about AI. So in this case, I'm the marketer, and I actually want to choose the 5 sections that I'm gonna select here. But I'd like the AI to be responsible for the journey. So I'm going to select here, let's say an arrow, and I'm going to select AI. So that means that those 5 are predefined, but everything that comes through the journey is going to be driven by AI. That's kind of level 1 that you're seeing here. Another option is to actually go all the way and ask. I'm going to add another section here. And this is it has a little bit of a different layout. But in this case, I'm going to actually define the source as being AI source. And the item viewer and the layout to be also AI. So in this case, unlike the previous one, this is going to be pre-selected by the AI engine. And then also the journey itself will be using the AI engine. And why is this important? It's important because we know that marketers, they want to use AI, but they also want they want to essentially define what's important for them. Sometimes they want their own control. So that's a really nice combination between something that is kind of human in the loop, defines the initial set of content, and then the journey is done by AI, and versus just more content. And there is a reason why I've built it in this way, because you want to first present things that you has selected, and then you want to let the AI drive everything else and really create that binging effect of consuming more and more content.
This is so intriguing to me because I work very closely with our content marketer here. And I know anytime we're posting new resources, to your point, she's got a pretty good understanding of like, okay, if you're reading this ebook or something, there's 3 or 4 resources I know that are married into that theme that I want to make sure that you have the option to read. Like, I know that they exist, but sometimes it's hard to figure out what are the next few, or like, how do we want to continue that through the journey? And I know tagging content, finding content, especially as your team grows, your company grows, and you have this huge repository of content, having AI help recommend content for the user based on their behaviors or their intent just is so much better for the user experience and the personalization, and from the back end for the team, and not having to sort through all that content and make that decision.
Absolutely. I think it's content, finding and delivering the right content is probably one of the toughest problems in demand gen. And I talk to a lot of customers. They're like, we're investing so much effort in creating the content. Hopefully with Gen AI, we're invest less because some of it will be generated. But at the same time, those are large budgets. And one of the huge missed opportunities is actually delivering the content in context at the right time to the right person. And this is what our platform is all about. And I think you can see the power of AI within this landscape.
Absolutely.
So let's publish the board. So this was all in design mode. Let's publish the board and see it live. So here's our board. This was pretty much built in 5 minutes. So it's kind of presenting the solution, maximize. This is the content that we talked about. So it's all in line. So you can actually open all the PDFs and videos and just browse through them very easily. And then this is the complete AI recommended content where you can actually, open a section. And by the way, this is a different AI UI that allows you essentially to select content from just a different recommendation method. It comes from the bottom to allow you to choose the things that matter to you. Now, I'd like to show just a little bit of the back end in terms of how the matching of the content happens. So the matching of the content and how recommendation works, there's essentially 2 levels of matching. One is the behavior of the user or the lead. So as they engage, we learn about their behavior and we look for similarities to other people that have behaved the same. But because we have identity module that we actually know people on the individual level, we know typically which role they come from and which company they come from. And we can create correlations between behaviors of other prospects that are coming from same industries or have the same roles. That's one correlation. We call it user correlation or lead correlation. The other one is content correlation. We essentially auto-tag content. You're going to see the auto-tagging in just a minute. And by that, we know which content looks similar to other content elements. So this is, I'm going to go out of here just a minute. This is our content center. This is the core repository of the content. And you can see that content has been tagged here. So this is all auto-tagging. So let me open a deck that we have here on describing our personalization in identity. So you can see tags that talk about follows and data expectations, inbound versus outbound, progressive identity. These are all attributes of the content of this specific white paper. Now, this works not only for white papers, but also for blogs and for videos. So we essentially extract the transcription of the video. We run auto-tagging based on it, and it's very, very powerful. So we talked about saving time when you add another piece of content. You essentially drop it here. It's being auto-tagged, and then it starts to play into the recommendation game that we saw earlier. Make sense?
Yep, that's awesome.
So maybe just to wrap up the demo, we talked about product overview and introduction, but I do want to enable another capability here, which is personalization. So in addition to AI, we have a very sophisticated personalization model or engine that allows you essentially to set personalization rules and change in real time different elements of your board. It could be text, it could be image, it could be call to action. So, for example, let's say I want to create another version of the banner for business services, which is, an industry. I can go ahead and change the content here, but think about generative AI now, not just generating the boards as you've seen, but generating essentially different content for the different industries that you're targeting. So now you can go industry by industry and generate the text for those industries, which is very powerful for any personalized demand gen campaign or ABM, which is, as we mentioned, the primary use case. So there's a lot of opportunity that is still there, and we're really excited about, what this could do to marketing and mostly to marketing outcomes.
Yeah, I really love this. Everyone talks a lot about personalization at scale and like how do you scale that personalization? And I think AI is a really good way to start doing that. And it's already the process here is already so easy to build this board, but to be able to then personalize it and scale that into multiple different use cases or different industries. And I could see from the fields that you brought up, there's endless opportunities to personalize these boards.
Oh yeah. There's a lot.
So much opportunity here.
Absolutely. So I think this is what I wanted to show from a demo perspective so far.
This was great. I always love getting demos that are meant for marketers because I get so excited because I'm like, oh yeah, that would save me time. That would save me effort. That would make things so much easier. Also, the content auto tagging, I know we went through that and the auto tagging I think is amazing. When you get that large repository of content we kind of talked about, to have that recommendation already happening for you. So you don't have to sit down every time you upload something and decide, okay, this is about ABM, but like, what are the other like smaller subcategories? The auto tagging and ability to then recommend. Again, I immediately think of my content person and the amount of work and effort they put into creating all of that content. It just helps so much with like distribution and getting them in front of the right people. So as a marketer, this was an amazing demo. I could see this being huge.
Thank you, Sarah. And I would say at the end of the day, what we're all after is generating engagement.
Yeah.
And, we're putting all this work to really create engagement. And I think the combination of the different AI capabilities, at the end of the day, it's measurement of, how long do people spend reading your material? Did they share it with someone else? How do they interact with that? By the way, this is all we have a whole analytics engine that collects this data. And the reason that why this is almost like the North Star. When we think about what we're trying to do, we're trying to really convert from a world of lead generation or conversion-based to engagement-based world. And those tools are really essential to be successful in this new world.
Absolutely. David, I would love to move into our lightning round Q&A section if you are ready.
I am ready.
Okay, so the first question for you is, how long has Folloze been building AI into your product?
We've been building AI for a few years, but as many other companies, this has accelerated over the last year, mostly because of the new large language models that have become available. And this is becoming a really core investment area for us as a company.
Amazing. And is what you showed today available for customers?
Yes, so this is available for customers. We have just started to roll out the generator AI to some of our selected customers. We're getting really great feedback and we're learning a lot. AI is not a one-time. There's a learning curve for all of us. And I think this is also an exciting element to it.
Absolutely. Definitely a learning curve, and one I think we are all still very much on. And speaking to customers, David, who are some of Folloze customers that are benefiting from your product and your AI?
Yeah, so we have great customers, some of the most sophisticated marketing organizations in the world, companies like ServiceNow, Google, Autodesk, SAP, and not only large enterprises, but also mid-sized companies. And they're using our product to generate, personalized buyer journeys. One customer, which is enterprise customer that we're working on, is actually going to use Folloze as a core element in their enterprise-wide Gen AI initiative. So a lot of our customers are thinking about generative AI in a very broad mode, and we're playing a really important role with those customers.
That's amazing. And those are some incredibly impressive brands in the B2B space. So that's awesome that they're benefiting from what you just showed us today. And then what is next on Folloze AI roadmap? Where are you guys taking the product? What do you want to see in the future?
So, I think one of the areas of focus is really enhanced understanding of buyer and account intent. With the breadth of first-party data that is generated by our system, we can really analyze and understand what the collection of those actions mean from a business point of view. How can we learn more about what the customers, where are they and what do they intend to do? And it's very exciting because it means that our ability to not only build the journeys, but track and optimize the journeys is even more enhanced with those capabilities.
Awesome. And the very last question is, what are some other AI-powered products that Folloze is using and loving in your current tech stack?
Sure. So I have to give a big shout out to our marketing team. They were one of the first ones to embrace AI. They've tested many, many tools, and they actually have a webinar where they, explain all the tools that they've tested and just share the breadth and the knowledge with the community. Some of the tools that I've seen that I'm really happy about is Writer AI. They use it for writing, and they can adjust the tone. They can take long form content and transform it to short form content. Caption AI, creating better captions. I don't know if you know this tool. Peach, which is used to kind of take long videos and create kind of snackable content elements. And, shout out to Qualified, which we use your AI powered capabilities. And I know that you have a lot coming. So we're excited about that. We also use some of our other larger partners, companies like Outreach and 6 Sense. We use their AI capabilities as well.
Amazing. And I have to imagine you guys are your own power users, and your marketing team also loves using Folloze AI's functionality for their programs as well.
Absolutely. They're always user number one, and we get the more, the best feedback from them.
Absolutely. Well, David, thank you so much for joining us on the show today. This was a fantastic demo. I loved seeing what you and the team are doing over at Folloze. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Sarah. I really enjoyed being on the show. I saw some of the other episodes. They were great. So it's a kind of a learning opportunity, I think, for the community. So thanks for running this show.